wish to speak on that, Member Gillen?
I have a clear recollection as well. And at the time, Member Cohen did not accept your resolutions. The difference tonight is you did. And you asked for a seconder, and they were seconded by Member Cohen.
I did not. I said that they can be seconded when we get to the item.
No, you asked for a seconder, and he seconded.
Members, I'm going to proceed on the basis of what I have declared and what I have stated, and that is the Chair's ruling, and that is final. Member Cohen, is it a fresh point of order?
Well, basically,
is it a fresh point of order?
Well, I would like clarification. I would like clarification that if we can go back to the webcam and see what was actually said at that point in time, because you just notified us that it will be working.
We don't have the ability to do that at this current meeting. And as you know, Chair's rulings are final, so we are moving on, and the item is now in front of us. Mr. Perry, could you please now introduce the report?
Certainly, through you, Mr. Chair. I will take the report.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
What is the point of order?
The point of order is that we were going to be circulated with the affidavit, and I think that in light of your ruling just now, then the members around this table need to know whether you have a conflict of interest in this or not.
Member Gillen, I am going to state now for at least the third time on the public record, I have made my declaration. You have requested for that affidavit to be prepared and presented to you. I'm sure members can assist with that. However, it does not change my declaration, and it does not change my earlier rulings on this. Now, Members Gillen and Members Cohen, any further points of order which go on matters I've already ruled on, I will hold you each in contempt. So that is clearly stated, and I am making that patently clear. We're now proceeding on point of order. What's the point of order? Turn on your speaker box, please.
If you're accepting your resolution, I would like to draw your attention to the Code of Conduct in regards to relationships and behaviours.
What standing order gives you basis to raise?
And which I can read out. Maintain public confidence in the office to which they have been elected, and in regards to relationship with the community, members should act in a manner that encourages and values community involvement in local democracy. And I question...
Member Cohen, as you're very aware, the Code of Conduct is for raising points outside of meetings. Standing orders are the rules for meetings themselves. So unless you have a standing order in which you raise that point, which I know you don't, we are going to continue, and you can raise that complaint against the Code of Conduct outside of this meeting. So, Mr. Perry, could you please present the report?
Question again. Point of order. If the resolution...
What is...
If the resolution has been moved and seconded, I will come to it. I'm a bit sort of older and slower, so that's fine. I'm just querying what
is the point?
I'm getting there. Is I draw your attention to 310.17.
Yes.
Which relates to local boards may revoke any previous resolution. I'm just wondering if we can clarify if it's followed due process, and then I would like to draw your attention to it. Because I feel that it's in breach, it contradicts or alters a resolution that was passed in April. That's some of the points. Okay.
Are you speaking to the point of order, Member Rowe, or no? Okay, then I'm sorry, I'm going to have to deal with this point of order first. Mr. D.
And I can read out...
No, sorry. Can we get a response?
What you're looking for.
Okay, there we go. Mr. D doesn't have a response. Right, so then this is going to have to be a question that I deal with.
No, can I give you No, so you can work out what you're giving
okay, what is in conflict?
Well, particularly in regards to... If we move up on your resolution in particular...
You've got a copy in front of you.
Further higher. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So this is
point F.
Yes, F.
Is that your resolution states that there is currently a notified resource consent application being processed for the Northern Reserve in the name of the Harbour Access Trust, and that the board will make no further decisions relating to occupation of the Northern Reserve until the decision of the hearing panel is made public.
And what minute does that
And I draw your
conflict with?
attention to the resolution passed in here we are, point G in the resolution giving DT 2015-58 will not consider landowner consent for any activity proposed for the Northern Activity Zone of Takapuna Beach Reserve until any resource consent processes aligned to such activity has fully concluded, brackets, that is, has completed all phases available to the applicant and submitters, into brackets, in order to ensure the board is fully aware of the impact, appearance and effect the proposed activity will have on the reserve and its surrounds. And
So,
why that
no. So you've raised the point, and I hear that recommendation. I hear the earlier one. My reading of that, or my hearing of that, is that it is simply a restatement.
No,
I don't
it's
see
not.
anything.
It's different.
I do not see any difference in terms of content and in terms of practical application, or I don't see how this revokes or in any way conflicts with that
Yes, it
earlier
does.
position. So
Fundamentally.
my ruling
No,
on that point of order,
no, it's flawed. Because all you're saying is that you can make a decision after the hearing panel makes a decision. What I'm saying is that all the processes...
Member Cohen, I would encourage you to read it very closely and note
it's my
that it says that no decision will be made until after that point. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will happen immediately after.
No, the decision of the hearing panel.
Yes, and it doesn't mean that it will necessarily occur immediately after.
No, but the hearing panel, what my resolution says, and perhaps Mr Perry can clarify it, is that mine says if it goes through the Environment Court, any processes that are still available, both to the applicant and the submitter, has to follow the whole process.
Do either
What
Mr
you're
Perry
suggesting
or
is a
Mr
short...
D have any comment to make on the consistency with these two resolutions? Yes, Mr Perry.
Through you, Mr. Chair, obviously there's a disagreement about the intent of the resolution passed on the 21st of April. In this instance, you could probably look at it either way. My read of what the chair's put up vis-a-vis your resolution back in April, Mike, is that it's not contradictory.
Well, it must be. The wording is
So
different.
in that instance, the chair's ruling is final.
So we make a fault.
So on all matters,
We're not revoking the resolution.
Member Cohen.
It's not inappropriate potentially to have conflicting resolutions on the board's books.
Yes, it is. Understanding
Actually, no,
orders.
it's not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
No, both of you,
no,
please.
if you're altering-
Please, Member Cohen. No.
Point of order.
I don't know what the standing up
Well, it's your
means.
standing orders,
Member
and it
Cohen.
says altering
Member
it.
Cohen,
Are
it's
you
not.
altering it, or are you stating exactly the same? If you're stating exactly the same, I don't mind. So why change the wording? You're altering it.
I'm not altering it.
Yes, you are. So why state the original?
Member Cohen, you've been called to order at least a half dozen times now, and you've deliberately ignored each time that I've ruled. I've already ruled here that this is not in conflict with the earlier.
It has to be in conflict.
And Member Rowe now has a comment that she would like to make, but I'm ruling accordingly, as I've already stated. Member Rowe.
Look, this is not a comment. I think it would be really helpful if we had a 10-minute break.
An adjournment? So there's been a request for an adjournment. There's been a request for an adjournment, and at this stage, I would prefer that we carry on unless the majority of members believe that they require a break. I think we'll move on. Member Hale and Member Rowe have requested an adjournment, so I will grant a brief adjournment. So shall we? Can I have a show of hands then? There's been a motion, there's been a procedural motion requesting for an adjournment moved by Member Rowe, seconded by Member Hale. Do we have, can I have a vote? Those in favour say aye. Aye. Contrary? No. Right, so it's a 3-3 split. I'll use my casting vote to allow for a 10-minute adjournment.